Well, here we are at Bridge Motorcycles with my mate Sam. Morning, Sam.
Hi guys, you alright?
Yeah. So, why are we here? We are here to test ride the GSX
1000GX.
1000GX. All new, singing, dancing.
Brand new, everything on it.
Brilliant. Well, I'm looking forward to it because it's about time Suzuki made a bike like this, to be honest. I think, in my opinion,
time coming.
It is. I think they're 5 years too late, to be honest.
Yeah.
Or, you know, this bike with that engine, I think, should have been out a long time ago. And but anyway, it's here now, so I'm going to give it a bimble and see what it's like. But before that, I think we need to go over the bike. And Sam's got all the technical detail about the suspension mainly.
Yeah, mainly, yeah, big feature.
Because it's a big one, isn't it? It's got loads of tech on it, and be interested to see what that is like actually on the road. To be honest,
you know,
so my feeling about the bike, it's got a lot of competition, So is it better than the others? I don't know. We'll have to find out. So, but first, I think we've got to
do a license check on Kelvin. Make sure he's all squeaky clean.
Wow,
and actually got a license.
Have I?
You do, apparently, yeah, you do. The DVLA says you do have a motorcycle license. So, so if I could just get you to sign here,
yeah,
and then we're all sorted. So if you can just read down here, it's about our insurance.
Read. Oh, do I have to do that?
Yes and no on those, and then just sign at the bottom if you're happy.
Are you currently disqualified? No. But also, can I just say, this is what you need to do. You need to bring your driving licence and you need your national insurance number before you can take a bike out on any test ride. Now, also you must be aware, if I'm correct, Sam, that if you do come off, it's £1,000 excess.
£1,000 excess.
All right, so be warned of that because you need to know. So, any more questions? Let's have a look. Yes, okay. So we've got. What's it? Have you received no? Have you a full license? Have you held? Yes. Have you held a full license? Yes. Are you under the age? Well, I'd like to say yes, but no. Okay.
So you're not over 70.
Well, it's not far away. In fact, I talked about. I haven't got my pension yet. I'm pensionable age, but I haven't actually got it yet, so I'm a bit worried because I should have had it by now. But I'm saying that, what happens if, in fact, you got 6 or more points on your licence?
We just have to speak to the insurance company and make sure they're happy to cover you, basically. And same if you're over 70.
Okay.
So it's sort of at their discretion at that point.
It is, okay, all right then. So again, it's information we need to know. So you want me to sign down here?
Yeah, sign and date, please.
I'm not going to show everybody. Oh, can you just hold that paper there a minute? What's the date?
It is the 30th today.
30th of 1/24, yeah?
Awesome. And then I'll sign
Thanks, mate.
Well,
let's go for a bimble on the GSX 1000GX. Okay. Hi, Sam.
Hi, you right?
Yeah, fine, thanks. So, so the electronics on this bike is quite detailed, isn't it? You know,
very, yeah.
I think that's what Suzuki are planning. You know, the ride quality. I haven't ridden it yet, so I don't know. But seeing other vlogs and other YouTube clips, you know, the emphasis is on the quality of ride, I think. So, what Sam's going to do is just show us what's going on with the suspension, really.
It's sort of the main talking point.
It is. So, it's Showa suspension, is it?
Showa suspension, yeah.
Back and back and front.
Back and front, yeah.
Okay.
So just let it fire up.
So here we go. Okay.
So it's all done on here. You know, nice clear LCD dash on it. You got your preset rider modes up here. So A is sort of full power mode.
Yeah, A, B, C.
Yeah.
So A is flat out virtually.
B goes to medium dampening, medium traction control.
Yeah.
Flick it down again. C, you got soft suspension, almost full traction control and a bit less power.
Yeah.
Go back into A. Click OK. It comes around to traction control settings. So it's 0 to 7. So you can go all the way down.
What's 7 then? So 0.
7's the most traction control. And then you can turn it all the way down to off.
Okay. Oh, right. So that's good.
Yeah.
So if you want to be a complete loon,
yeah,
you can
when you're taking it to the track later,
you can turn it off. So that's a really good point. So 7 is what, being really sensitive? Did you say?
Very sensitive.
So okay. So
in the rain, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay, that's good to know. Okay.
Push OK again, and it goes around to the damping settings. So you've got hard, medium, and soft.
Okay. So that the front
it's going to be.
Okay.
On front and rear.
Okay. Or you have auto.
Or you push that one again, and it goes to that's preload.
Okay. Right.
So if you leave it in auto, it will sort of work out how much you weigh. You know, if you're riding 2 up, it will know you're 2 up.
Really?
So the added weight on it, yeah. So it will sort of jack the rear up. But that's also, you can adjust it between one rider and luggage.
Yeah.
And then
you can actually hear it,
you
can't you?
hear the preload canister working.
Do you want to do that again?
Yeah, yeah.
So hang on.
So it's just in that unit there.
Yeah. Oh, here. Yeah. So, okay, that's really clever. It's really clever if it works.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
But I've been thinking about this quite a lot, and I think if you're experienced, really experienced, and I think go for it. You know, experiment.
Yeah.
But I think for the average person like myself, perhaps, you know, I tend to get used to the bike opposed to the bike getting used to the way I ride. Do you know what I mean? So I think for me, I'll probably just stick it into auto, and then just get on with it.
Let the bike work it out. Yeah.
Yeah, let the bike work it out, because apparently it makes every. So we got loads of bikes coming.
Yeah, just as you start.
Typical, isn't it? So it makes 1,000. Not assessments. What do we call it?
Sort of calculations.
Calculations every second.
Yeah. So it's got stroke sensors in the fork and in the rear shock as well, so it knows sort of how far through the stroke it is. So it can obviously determine preload through that as well.
My feeling is with the auto, I mean, Suzuki have put an awful lot into it. I'm pretty sure that you could, you know, let Mr. Suzuki know best.
Smarter than most of us. So.
Yeah, unless you really, really are, you know, confident, really.
Yeah.
But also what you can do is you can adjust, can't you, the auto settings. You can have either single rider, 2 up, or
rider with luggage.
Rider with luggage. What about 2 up with luggage?
Yeah, you can do that as well.
So it's all there, isn't it? So I would suggest putting it into auto then, and then actually enjoy the ride.
Another thing as well, it knows if you're going over sort of like cobblestones or uneven ground, and it will let more float in the fork, so it sort of dampens it out. And it also knows if it's over rough terrain, it dampens the throttle response.
Does it?
So you're not sort of jerking it, it smoothens it right out.
But also leaning as well. If I remember, it's like a tilt, isn't there? And if it feels like you're leaning too far, it will just get, it'll
give dabs a brake to sort of.
It'll just slow. What's the word? It will not slow you down. It won't accelerate. So so that's traction control, isn't it? It's a very clever bit of kit.
Yeah,
isn't
it's also got so as you go into a corner, it will sort of help you hold an angle.
Really?
So it will dab the brakes slightly. You know.
Does it really?
Yeah.
So it does the brakes. Wow, blimey! I tell you, I've got City and Guilds of Motorcycle Mechanics, but I did that. When did I do it? Early 90s. And my colleague on the course was Fred Flintstone.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't.
It wasn't a real one.
It wasn't real Fred, but it might as well have been. What I'm saying is, a long time ago, things have really changed. You know, as I said, when you get on a bike before, you know, you might change the tyres, shock absorbers, but you do it. But you generally get used to the bike, you know, opposed to the bike sort of having all these variables. But very exciting, isn't it? So, for me, I'm going to go for a bimble now. Is there anything else we need to know?
You've also got cruise control as well, so that's just on here.
Yeah.
And then you get the green light in there.
Yeah.
You've got set on the bottom there, so that'll obviously set your speed.
Oh, that's easy enough.
And you can click it up and down.
Okay.
You can either roll off the throttle forwards like that to disable it, or tap the brake, or obviously touch the button. So you've got it set for 70, and you disable it. You can then push resume on the top, and it will just continue going.
Excellent.
That's about it, really.
I think so. Also, what I'm noticing, because I'm going to do another review when I go for a ride, I'm going to do another review wherever it's going to be, and I'll just go through the bike so people can see the bike, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's a very clever bit of kit, isn't it? It really, really is.
It really
so
is.
I tell you, Sam, I'm noticing also that the bike is actually, the build quality is excellent, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Well, the switchgear feels great on it.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. No, it's a cracking bit of kit. So I'm going to go. I'm going to go for a bimble. Right, I've done all the paperwork, Sam. Yeah.
Yeah, you're free to go.
I'm free to go.
Free to go.
Has it got a full tank of petrol?
Does indeed.
Right, let's go. So before we go, we thought we hadn't mentioned something, and that is the
Phone connectivity.
yeah.
So
Okay.
just connected mine up to it just to show Kelvin.
Yeah.
So you press and hold OK on there, which opens your settings screen. Over one to My Spin. Enter that, and you got your music, calendar, maps. Make phone calls through it. So if you go into maps, you get a full
cool.
satellite
That's Google.
map on
It's
there.
full Google. Google Maps, yeah.
So you can zoom right in. You can see where we are now.
That is amazing, and that is amazing.
That
isn't
is,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice and clear as
the
well.
technology has really moved on, hasn't it? I mean, full steam ahead with that. I mean, again, I've got old school, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't mean a map. I've gone past the map. You know, I've actually got.
You're not using paper.
No, not paper and a map and a pencil and working with that. No. Yeah, I've got sat nav, but I mean, crikey, with this, it's just phenomenal.
Yeah.
The detail as well, isn't it, on the map?
And obviously, if you've got a headset on your helmet, like a Cardo or something like that, it gives you your navigation instructions through that.
Does it? Yeah.
And then you can make your phone calls through it as well.
Really?
So
To be honest, for me, again, I'm showing my age again, but for me, the whole point of a motorbike is to get away from.
Yeah.
Technology is brilliant, but take bits you want. I think you know some bits I don't want. I don't want music. I don't want. You know, I don't want telephones. I don't want people contacting me.
You've got to escape everything.
It is really, yeah. But that's amazing. That Google. And the nice thing about it, you can actually plan your route, can't you?
Yeah.
You know, so it's really very, very clever. Right, Sam, I'm going to go for a ride. It's only done 115 miles, so
yeah, take it steady on the tyres, obviously.
Right, what about running in? People say you don't need to run in a bike, but again, old school. I've sort of.
We say 600 miles, so 600 miles is the first service for most bikes.
Yeah, so I'm not going to give it. I just half throttle.
Yeah, half throttle. Yeah.
Okay.
Vary the revs as well, they say.
Yeah. So you know, you still got to run in a motorbike.
The worst thing you can do is sort of buy a brand new bike and then take it straight on the motorway and sit at 60 the whole way home.
Oh yeah.
Because they don't like to sit at a constant rev, so they sort of have to alternate revs.
So it's still like the old days, but you know, but
and obviously they're brand new tyres and brakes, so you do have to be a bit steady on them.
Yeah. All right, mate. Well, thanks for that. Right, let's go. Let's go for a ride. Right, so let's go. See you later, guys. Right, how much petrol have I got? Right, see you.
Oh, there.
All right, mate. Take care. Right then, let's go for a bimble. Well, first impressions are. It's easy to ride. Well, it's very smooth. Very smooth. Sounds nice too, to be honest. It's good. So what I'm going to do is just ride for a bit, go down the motorway. Bloody hell, just got overtaken by a scooter. So it's not that fast then. The dash is very, very clear. Very nice. must say, first impressions are it's very, very smooth. It's very smooth, but very high revving. But it's only because, I say, I normally ride around on a V-twin, the 1800, so the revs on that are obviously a lot less. But I've almost forgotten what it's like to ride a four-cylinder. But it's very smooth. It's actually very comfortable. I didn't think it was going to be as comfortable as it is, to be honest. Well, first impressions, I think the bike looks absolutely stunning. I'm trying to find anything on it I don't like the look of, and I'm struggling. I think it's great. It sounds nice with the standard exhaust pipe. I think the finish on it is exceptionally good. I love the front. Look at the front. I'm going to put the lights on. Let's put the lights on. And here we go. Here we go. So we've got Showa forks, Brembo brakes on the front, and what's I think is quite unusual, we've got Brembos on the front, which in my opinion are the best brakes you can buy, and then you got Nissan on the back, which I don't think I've ever seen that before. Other thing, also it's like this, the master cylinder. How easy is that to get at? You haven't got lots of panels to take off or anything. I think the bike looks absolutely beautiful. It reminds me of sorry, I just changed that. It reminds me of the old Yamaha Phase 1000 I used to have, and I thought that at the time was probably the best bike, best all-rounder I think I've ever had, and I think this could be one of those bikes that does everything really well. First impressions of the bike, it revs quite high. I've got to be honest with you, I wasn't expecting that, but that's again will be me. I'm used to V-twins, 1800 V-twins, just thud. This thing is so smooth. But 70, I think it was about 5,000 RPM, which I thought was quite high, but very clearly it's where it needs to be. But look, it's a cracking looking bike. So suspension, very advanced. You can set it up yourself, or you can leave it to Mr. Suzuki and the team there, so it's automatically adjusts. You can set it for one person or two persons, or two persons with luggage, or one person with the luggage. It adjusts, it sets itself up. You don't have to worry about it, and that's what it's on now. I can't fault it really on the handling. It was just so easy, get on and ride, So the build quality is exceptional. The handling so far is really good. I can't fault it purely. I'll just turn the lights off a minute. I couldn't fault it because I just got on and ride it. I say some bikes they dip, they dive, and you got to get used to that. But this, I just got on it, and it felt like I've been riding it for years. So I think that's testament to, again, the Suzuki team getting it right. Well, right for me. Now listen, I'm quite short in the leg. I'm 5'8", and I've got an inside leg measurement of 29. So slightly on tiptoe, but again, not a problem. I don't know the weight of the bike, but it didn't. I'm not overly bothered really, because if it feels right, it is. It is what it is. But It's not a heavy bike. The cost of it with panniers, I say, is over £15,500. So I say I always remember my s1000, and that had the R1 engine in it, 150 brake, and it was fun to ride, but it didn't have any of the safety features on this. So this is, this bike, could actually save your life, couldn't it, if you get into trouble? So that's reassuring, and that's got to be worth paying a little bit extra for, really, knowing that the bike is actually looking out for you. And I think I think that's a good point, really. Because as I said on the way here, we've all had the moments where we've ridden inappropriately, to say the least, where we've been complete idiots. The red mist comes down, and when you're younger, you can't help yourself sometimes. So I'm one of the lucky ones where a lot of my friends weren't. So I'm just wondering, this bike calculates pretty much everything. With the traction control, the ABS, it shouldn't spin out, really. So if you're going around a corner and you're putting too much power on, it should adjust itself and stop it from the back end spinning out. So in that respect, that's priceless, isn't it? So I think it's a very nice looking bike. I think it's a very good bike. I think it's a bike that all you pretty much need, in my book. Is it my style of bike? Yeah, I think it is. But as a fast sports tourer, I think they hit the nail on the head. I think the bike is awesome. And I've got to be honest, I think Suzuki, you've been a bit late, guys. This bike should have been out 5 years ago. Stainless steel exhaust pipe, as you would expect. Shower, suspension, which is top notch. So for me, one of the most important things is it's got to be comfortable, and the fact that it's upright, unlike the GT. I think what's happening is a lot of sales are coming from people that had the GSX S1000GX. I think because it's less comfortable, it's you're leaning forward a bit more. But with this, of course, you're very upright. It's brilliant. I'm sat upright, which is fantastic, very comfortable. I've been riding bikes now for a long time, since I was 15. I'm 66 now. So I'm a motorcycle mechanic. I used to sell motorcycles for a living for many years. And I organised a motorcycle festival called BMAD, which stood for Bikers Make a Difference. That no longer happens now, I closed it. But obviously BMAD now stands for bands, motorcycles and destinations. Please take my advice and take one of these out, because So let's get back to Bridge Motorcycles. Yeah, I think it's a great bike. So track day, every day, and touring. There you go, it does everything. Put the boxes on the back, go and get your fish and chips. There you go, so it does do everything. Alright, to all the bikers out there, ride safe guys. Love from me and Jane. And a great big thank you to Bridge Motorcycles here in Exeter for supporting the BMAD channel.